Well, hey there, guys. Welcome to Garage Football. Here's our live watch along for Arsenal v Benfica in the round of 32 of the Europa League. Second leg tonight. First leg was 1-1. It's technically Arsenal's home leg, but it's in Athens tonight, isn't it, lads? Technically an away game.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah, so we'll see how they get on. So about 5 minutes or so to kick off. The team news is in. I'll just quickly run through that. So Arsenal playing. Well, UEFA saying a 4-3-3, but I think it's a 4-2-3-1. So Leno in goal, Bellerin, David Luiz, Gabriel, Tierney in defence, Danny Ceballos and Granit Xhaka. Attacking three of Odegaard, Smith Rowe and Saka, and the captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up front. Now, I might butcher a few of these Benfica players, but let's have a go. So Liete in goal, back three looks like a Vermisio, Nicolas Otamendi, used to play for Man City, Jan Vertonghen, famously Arsenal's rivals, played at Tottenham. Wing backs Grimaldo and Diogo Gonçalves. Midfield through of PSV, Weigl and Adel Taarabt, who used to play for QPR, plays a bit deeper there nowadays. Number 10 in Rafa Silva and Severovic up front. So your thoughts, lads, on this game? Both sides are not in... I'd say not in the greatest form. Benfica are fourth in the Premier Liga and Arsenal 11th in the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll go. You go, Chris. I'll talk enough.
Great stuff. I'd say for me, this holds more importance for Arsenal because they're in a situation where they might not even get into the Europa League Premier League places this year. Being out of the FA Cup, of course, being out of the League Cup, this is their only chance of being in Europe again next season. I mean, what a way this would be to get into the Champions League through the back door. For Benfica, This is the biggest scrap they've had in a while in Portugal. I mean, we've always associated them and Porto being the top two, but this year Sporting Lisbon are flying clear, and it's a bit of a scrap between Porto, Braga and Benfica for the other Champions League places. And we don't really associate Benfica with being fourth in their league, but again, all of a sudden, this is very important for them because Benfica certainly have to be in Europe one way or another, and more often than not, they're associated with being a Champions League club. So this is a huge game, really.
Yeah, definitely. Your thoughts, Corey?
Yeah, I was just interested with Arsenal's lineup, isn't it? Because they miss Partey massively, don't they? And I think they played El Nene last time out, and clearly he's not up to the task. So they're going to have to go for it. Saka, Emil Smith Rowe, and Odegaard as a attacking midfield three is massively positive for them. I'm surprised a little bit. I'm surprised Lacazette didn't play. I don't know if you've seen his customised boots in terms of trusting the process, but which was interesting. But no, look, I get why they start Aubameyang. You'd hope that he can get on the score sheet tonight. They need him to pick up some form.
Well, they've got options. Arsenal on the bench. Lacazette, as you said, Willian, Partey's on the bench. Nicola Pepe, Nketiah as well, Martinelli. So got a decent bench if it comes to it.
Thing is, if Aubameyang had the boots on last week, this tie would be over. He probably should have had a hat trick last week. The miss in the first half last week. He missed a shocker when they went out to Olympiacos last year. I think it was like in the last time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But that miss last week in the first half, because if he scores that pretty much for me sets the tone for the tie. And this could well be. I mean, Benfica had a chance last week off. But this tie could be all but over now. The onus is on Benfica, of course, to get an away goal. But it is important for Arsenal that they don't concede one, because then all of a sudden it shifts back on them.
Yeah, definitely. So, Chris, you'll be leading this because you're watching this on BT on the telly. Me and Corey watching it on the BT website. So we might be slightly behind you. The players are out on the pitch and the anthem's going, I assume. I've got it on mute, but the anthems are going, I assume. Europa League anthem. It's weird that obviously it's, as I said, it's Arsenal's technically their home tie, but it's in Athens, no crowd. So it's wherever teams adapt, you'd probably say would be the likely favourite.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, how they've put 4-3-3 for Arsenal's formation. I don't think I've seen them play 4-3-3 since the start of the season. So.
No, UEFA usually get it right, but I think for Arsenal, they've got it slightly wrong, I'd say.
Because Odegaard's not going to play centre mid, is he? Let's be honest, he's going to play further up.
No, let's.
It'd be interesting as well.
Go on, mate. Go on. No, go on.
Is Aubameyang best on the left or through the centre? I think that's something I'm still trying to find out for me.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? I think initially he was better off the left, but I don't know. You just got to get the right service into him. I think Lacazette does a lot of work off the ball that Aubameyang probably won't do. So they're going to need a fair bit of possession.
Everyone just getting ready. Referee checking his watch. We'll be underway very shortly.
They've got Benfica as 3-1-5-1. Can you imagine that?
Chaos. Right, we've kicked off, gents.
All right, good stuff. We haven't yet. Let's still go through the teams.
No, Arsenal kicking off in possession. I think it's difficult to say who the onus is on to control the game. As I say, I think if Arsenal can't afford to be sloppy, because all of a sudden one goal, this shifts again. I mean, I don't know what your views are on the away goal rule. I think from a personal perspective, there's one thing that kind of eats away at me a little bit, and maybe it was due to an experience that I had last season. Was that you've got right. Okay, an away goal, say an away goal in 90 minutes, that's absolutely fine. But should away goals be scrapped for extra time? Because you're effectively giving one team 30 extra minutes to get an away goal.
I've got to be honest.
That's not me saying just because Atletico dumped us out, but
yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the away goal rule at all, to be honest. I mean, I don't understand you can put that much weight on it, and I thought they would have changed the style of these, particularly this season, the knockout rounds, where they can possibly do a tournament style or just one leg rather than two as well. So a bit odd.
It would save everyone travelling over the continent.
Yeah, but it was brought in, wasn't it, for because away sides weren't scoring, so they brought him for that to try and get them to score. Now it's flipped the other way, where home teams are scared to score. So I think that rule needs looking at, but then that's for another day, I'd say. Early possession, Chris. After the first minute, we're a minute 10 seconds. We are.
Yeah, Benfica have the ball now, just down the left hand side with Grimaldo and Vertonghen. Interesting because Vertonghen, he's part of a back three, but he has played a bit of left back for Belgium. Grimaldo, I'm sure every football manager's dream once upon a time. Down the left hand side as well. Just giving it away, so Arsenal have the ball again. But on that away goal point you were saying, a nil away from home now is nowhere near as good as it used to be. Really, with the way teams counter attack, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. A 0-0's a bad result now if you're on the away side.
Yeah. It's been a quiet start, put it that way.
I just seen the ball come across the box, and Bellerin had a chance probably to get possession, just let it run. I'm really, as a neutral, I just can't rate Bellerin whatsoever. I mean, defensively, he's so poor. Even he's not
been the same since his injury.
Oh, that's fair. No, because he was decent when I remember him first coming into the Arsenal side. But every time I watch him play, his positioning is just really off for a right. And it's a shame because he got Tierney on the left, who's brilliant.
Yeah, he's mustard, Tierney.
He's top class, really top class.
Yeah, both sides are having a bit of possession so far.
Yeah, it's tight. I think the passing's quite fluid, but no one. Benfica being down the right here, Gonçalves. Got it back to Rafa Silva, and he's been snuffed out. And that was the first real moment that we saw of any sort of pressure. There was good defending in the end. I think it was Gabriel that got the tackle on to Rabt.
Yeah, he's been impressive for what I'm seeing, Gabriel, this season. Which is not something you usually associate with Arsenal's defence, playing well.
That is a sore one. That is a sore one for Gabriel. I'd say Rabt leaves John in a little bit there. He's got up now, but you'll see it for yourselves. It's a bit of a collision, shall we say?
Yeah, just coming up, I think. Oh yeah, it takes it past Tierney. Oh, here we go. Yeah, boom.
He knew what he was doing.
He felt that, yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
It's weird seeing Tarap's.
He's got a yellow card for that.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Gabriel's not happy. Tarap's trying to help him up. He's not having it. It's weird seeing Tarap in a deep line role.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we saw him at QPR, he was running the show off the front. Now he's playing deeper.
That's a dangerous tackle for me. You seen the way he comes over the ball?
Yeah.
Really? I know it's a bit suspect because technically he just stood on his foot, but he has actually sort of come over it, and then obviously he's hit him after. But a bit naughty, really. But it's 4 minutes in it. You can probably get away with it.
Yeah, yellow's about right, I'd say, for that.
Early for a yellow card as well. He was in Benfica's B team for about 3 years to wrap.
So weird, isn't it?
I was going to say, yeah.
I think he put on a bit of timber, shall we say.
Yeah, but at least he's playing at a high-ish level. I mean, there was a stage where it looked like he was going to drop down the leagues and end up playing in like the Spanish or Portuguese third division or whatever. But at least he's playing for a good club pretty regularly from what I've seen. So
a bit like Michu.
Yeah, that's the definition of a one-season wonder.
Did you see
the streets remember Michu?
Do you see what some Man City fan account put out? They basically said, "Yeah, thanks Benfica," and they pulled up Bernardo Silva, Diaz, Edison, all gone to Man City. And I was like, you forget that talent pool over there is ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, me and Dennis were talking about in the Chelsea watch along on Tuesday that got Sporting Lisbon, Benfica. And if you had those like sold 11s, it'd be like
Porto's
world class talent after world class talent. Was João Felix? Was he Benfica?
Benfica,
yeah. So it just goes to show.
Di Maria,
€20 million. I mean, I'm not convinced by him. I mean, it's a big price at a young age, but
you can say that about a lot of the Barcelona players they've bought in the last 2 to 3 years. No wonder they ain't got any money.
Do you know what hurts him a little bit with Felix? He's actually a talented player, but he's playing at Atletico Madrid, which isn't really the style of play that suits him.
No.
A bit of a 10, really. He's not a 9.
Yeah,
he barely touched it the other night.
Yeah, that's the problem though. When you've got he's so talented on the ball, but if he's not getting the ball and they're playing 6-3-1, it's not. Yeah, it's going to be a tough evening for him.
Tierney's running down the left. Deflected cross, keeper gets it. What minute are you on, Chris?
6:45, me.
No, about 40 seconds ahead, I think. Yeah, it's not too bad.
The last minute or so has literally just been misplaced passes.
Yeah, hence why we talked about João Felix at Atletico Madrid.
Makes me like Haris Seferovic because Euro 2016. Me and my mates were doing like fantasy football. There was a fantasy football for the Euros, and my mate had Haris Seferovic in his fantasy team for the Euros, and they played Albania, Switzerland, and Seferovic must have missed 4 or 5 one-on-ones in that game. The onside Aubameyang, he chased it down, showing on the left-hand side. A few step overs with the cross and straight into the arms of Leite. But that's the most direct I think we've seen Aubameyang so far. Yeah,
just for hope from an Arsenal point of view that when he gets the chance, he takes it tonight. If they get the first goal, Arsenal, I think could be tough. Well, it doesn't change much for Benfica. They've still got to score. But,
no, it's a bit of a nothing cross that really from Aubameyang because he gets himself into a decent position.
Yeah, nothing. That's just about to come up for us, I think. What's that raking ball by Xhaka, was that?
It was.
Yeah, Aubameyang's got it now. Oh, that's pretty poor, yeah. But it's in fairness to Aubameyang, he only had Saka in the box.
Yeah.
No one else is making a run.
Jack has just had the ball in a really good position. It's just a floated ball into no man's land. The keeper's collected it easily.
Yeah, so they haven't played the ball, Arsenal. I think Arteta's surely drummed into the players that don't commit too many players forward because if Benfica counter and get a goal, then that does change things.
Yeah, this is literally their only opportunity to qualify for the Champions League for me.
Of course, they're not.
No, definitely.
They're not good enough.
Yeah, no.
Oh, do you know what I really rate? Emil Smith Rowe is a real player.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. Well, it's not a coincidence since he coming to the side. They've started playing better.
No, I was going to say West Ham are set for top 4, aren't they, lads?
Yeah.
Well,
that's what we like to hear, Chris.
Yeah, where we're going at the moment, mate. Yeah, definitely.
That's if I don't laugh, I'll cry.
Yeah, well, that's why that's why we started doing these watch-alongs to prepare for what teams we're going to be playing in Europe next season.
As long as you don't get Astra Georgia.
Oh yeah, then twice. Yeah, we had one in 06-07 when we had Carlos Tevez and Javier Mascherano, and we drew probably the worst side, like the best side, but like worst possible draw was Palermo, who were flying in Serie A at the time, and they just they rinsed us 4-0 on aggregate, I think it was. So hopefully we'll get an easy-ish, if there is such a thing, easy-ish qualify if we do. Manage to get there by the league.
Jack has just had a dig from long range, easy gather for late. Funny you mentioned Palermo. Actually, I did actually check where Palermo were the other day, and I think they're in the Italian 4th division now.
I was going to say they've had a real fall from grace. Yeah. Said about a lot of Italian teams. Parma's another one as well.
Yeah, because I knew Palermo weren't in Serie B. But I just thought I'd have a check, and they're well down there now. They've had a lot of financial issues. Had Dybala, didn't they? Dybala and Lafferty.
Yeah. I've just seen that.
I'm not sure they're in the same bracket, but yeah. They play together.
Just seen that shot by Ash.
Yeah, they're at the same time, which is a bit bonkers.
We've just seen that shot by Jack. It was easily saved.
Arsenal have to commit more men forward. It's just going to be a real dull game if they can't try and break down that back five.
But that's the thing. That's the thing with the scoreline overall as it is. They can't commit too many players forward though, can they? They've got to manage the game.
You've got Grimaldo. Grimaldo's pretty much a winger here. I don't think he's actually been in his own half for the last 5 minutes. He's got him and Gonçalves are the two main outlets. Here we go. Just to speak Gonçalves down the right hand side. It's a good ball. Silva cuts it back, and that's good defending from Arsenal. But they had 4 or 5 players in the penalty area then Benfica.
Yeah, I think they're doing the right thing. They've got to commit bodies forward because, as I said, even if Arsenal score first, doesn't change a lot for Benfica.
No, doesn't change anything. The only thing that would change would go into extra time, but that's the point because sooner or later they have to take a chance.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're just going to see that move coming up now. They're keeping the ball well, Benfica, from the back. Is that Tarap's in midfield? Yeah, it's a raking ball, Tarap, that is. Ball inside the box.
Oh, look at the space he's got.
Oh, yeah. You're right, Chris. There was about at least 4 players I counted in the box there.
Yeah.
I suppose with the wing-back
like
system. Yes, but I suppose with the wing-back system, that sort of allows... That's probably why they're playing it, to try and get more bodies in the box. And sort of that defensive solidity as well.
But you look at that left though. You've got Emil Smith Rowe tends to not stick to that left hand side, so he's obviously not. His defensive attribute isn't there. So clearly Tierney's come in. The defense is there, but there's so much width. And Bill, we touched on it. The wing backs that's where it could be won, but we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like Arsenal
definitely Benfica's biggest threat.
Oh yeah, easily, yeah. Yeah, Arsenal definitely 4-2-3-1 and not 4-3-3 as it was listed in the lineups.
To be fair, they're trying to squeeze Benfica a little bit here.
Yeah, Benfica playing such a high line, especially with Vertonghen he's getting on a bit, and Otamendi, as we knew from Man City, wasn't the quickest, was he?
It's so interesting. If you watch Aubameyang, Aubameyang is constantly coming on that left. He just never really wants to play down the middle. He's just...
Update from Ibrox, by the way. Rangers 1, Antwerp 0. That's now 5-3 to Rangers and aggregate. Alfredo Morelos.
Good go from Rangers, Stephen Gerrard.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm really made up for him. I think the 7 points off the title now could win it at Celtic Park.
Oh god, yeah, that'd be something for them. Tierney down the left. Oh, that's a great tackle by.
I think Seferovic could be in here. I don't know what that was from Seferovic. Oh my word! Because that
a shot?
I don't know. I think he's tried to claim it was a shot. You'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
he gets down the left-hand side. There's nobody in the box. and he just swings his foot at it, but it goes in the direction. Unless it takes a deflection, it goes in a direction where you can't possibly claim it was a shot.
Oh wow, he must have actually shanked it then. Well, we're a bit behind, so Benfica still got it in. They got it in midfield now. Good ball forward. Yeah, they're targeting the spaces. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh wow, you weren't lying, Chris. That he has shanked it. You can't even claim it's gone out for a throw in. It literally just trickled across the penalty area, like he was taking a shot at snooker or something. Oh my god, that was bang awful. Unless it's a deflection by Louise or whatever, but my god,
I haven't seen a replay. Probably the director deemed it not worthy.
yeah, good play only. He's going to be showing that replays. God, yeah, that was. But yeah, that's not the first time that Benfica got forward.
Yeah.
So the threat is there.
They've had the best openings.
Yeah. Is that Otamendi? Yeah, plays it forward.
God, look at Bellerin. If I was an Arsenal fan watching Bellerin, I'd have my head in my hands. What?
I think a lot do, mate. He gets slaughtered a lot. He gets slaughtered a lot.
Still quite young though, isn't he? Still what? 23?
I'm not sure.
That was nice.
Mid 20s, I'd say. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, terrible pass. I think it was Rafa Silva. Terrible pass. And they're in a pretty good position. Him and Seferovic and Pitti were running through there. It's one of them. When you've got players in a decent position, you don't choose either of them.
No, that's just coming up for us, I think. Yeah, it's just easy to say. It's only been 15 minutes, still 0-0, but that final ball from both sides it's been lacking so far. Kept the ball well nicely, actually, both defence and midfield, but it's that final ball when they get into the final third, it's not been there. Is that chance you were talking about, Chris? Oh, yes, poor ball, yeah. Maybe we could have kept it. Was it Rafa Silva? He probably could have kept it a little bit more, I'd say. A couple more touches.
Yeah.
Commit a defender.
Yeah, definitely a chance to take it close to the penalty area.
No, strike a ball around nicely, actually, Benfica.
Yeah.
It's weird because both sides, we've mentioned the league, where they are in the league, but form-wise, it's not great for them either. I mean, I think it's Arsenal won 1 in 6, and in Benfica, not much better. I think 2 in 6 they've won. So you could say both sides could say it's a good time to play each other.
Yeah. When Porto played Juve last week, I think Porto had drawn the last 3, and Juve actually hit some form finally, but then it doesn't help when Juve defend like that.
Arsenal bit of possession now, Louise with it. Oh, that's a terrible ball.
Just can't get out here, Arsenal.
That's rubbish. Yeah, Benfica squeezing high up the pitch, aren't they?
They are
very brave of them with Arsenal's speed.
It's been all down the right hand side. I mentioned Grimaldo and Salves earlier. I don't think Grimaldo actually had a crossing opportunity. Arsenal they just need to get hold of it. They finally have now, but they literally it was just pinging around the penalty area.
God, Benfica are playing some good stuff here.
No, they are. Yeah, you're right, Chris. They are targeting down the right. Give and go.
Which is a bit strange because I think most people would consider Tierney a better defender than Bellerin.
I think it's just the way that they tuck in. I think Saka's giving Bellerin a fair bit of protection.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe isn't going to do the same.
Yes, I was surprised Smith Rowe's out wide.
Well,
I'd have him at 10.
It's all Aubameyang out left, and Aubameyang, I think we've seen this season again. He's not someone to track back early.
Yeah, exactly.
See, here they just I don't know. Bill, we're probably on the same bit. Arsenal had the ball and Benfica have pushed high and they pass it back to the keeper. If you're gonna hit him, you've got to try and you can't just. So he's very conservative, Arteta.
Yeah, no one needs to go a bit old school whilst they'll just play it in the channels for 5 minutes or so.
Biggest chance of the game so far. I think that was for Smith Rowe. Really nice pass out to Tierney. I think it was from Odegaard.
Oh, that's coming up now. Bellerin's got it.
Yeah, blocks came in from Benfica. It's come to nothing, but by far and away Arsenal's best move.
And Saka. Is that Smith Rowe? No, that's Ceballos.
You'll see what I'm laughing at in a minute.
Oh,
Oh dear, I'm not going to spoil that for you. Oh dear.
well, I can't wait to watch this. Oh, good ball. Tierney crosses it. Smith Rowe. Oh, well blocked. Well blocked. There is that funny bit, apparently.
Oh no, it's coming up.
All right, Ceballos back to Tierney. Well defended again. Oh, good ball through it. Counters on. Oh no, yeah.
Great chance.
Oh,
Is this it? Arsenal have it through Aubameyang. Very nice finish. That he's
Oh, he scored.
Oh, 1-0.
And that could be the crucial moment, especially in this first half.
Oh, that's coming up for us. That's
Really
Saka on the
nice
right hand.
finish from
Saka on the right hand side.
If there's VAR, it shouldn't find anything wrong with this. It's really nice, but he's just come off. I think he just peeled off the back of Verissimo. I think it's a really nice finish.
Oh, lovely finish. Lovely finish. Great ball by Saka. Excellent.
Really nice
finish.
Reverse
I don't think VAR will
pass.
find anything wrong with that.
Well, are they checking offside, are they?
He was just on the shoulder. There's nothing wrong with that. There won't be any sort of lines like we see over here. Shouldn't be anyway, but I don't want to speak too soon.
they're just showing the replay now. That's a lovely.
And the goal is given.
Yeah, he's on the shoulder. Perfect timing. That's a lovely pass as well. It's not the first assist Saka's had in his young Arsenal career. That's a great ball, perfectly timed, perfectly weighted, and that's a top quality finish. Well, we said, lads, that Aubameyang's got to take his chances tonight. His first one, he takes it. Lovely goal.
Yeah.
But look at the difference. He's on that right hand side, and it's like where he's sticking to that left, and he comes a little bit, and his movement's unreal. When he Saka for me, I don't know what you lads think, but I kind of want to say he's underrated because he's so technically, he's all round. His play is really good. He can play so many different positions as well.
Yeah, well, he's got to be. He's in contention to start for England for me.
Where would you play him?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. And that's I mean, he's got to be in the squad, obviously. But we've got options. We've got options
behind now for me.
Yeah,
He
played
left back, but it's one of them now because I think for me the front three is Kane, Sterling, Sancho for me, and that feels really harsh on Rashford.
Grealish.
So
we play Grealish at 10, or we play where's Grealish fitting in?
Probably
on the bench, unless you play Maddison from the start.
God, I'd start Grealish. I'm massive Grealish fan.
But Saka's in. That's a great all round goal. Great all round goal. We've said about the final ball.
Verissimo got away with one.
Oh, Arsenal get ahead of steam now. They're sensing that second goal. Tierney crosses it. Too far for Saka.
Yeah, Verissimo was a very lucky boy.
Yeah, he did. Ceballos to Bellerin. Well, we said, guys, didn't we? How high Benfica are up there? They're deep as anything.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, Chris. Oh, he got away with one there. Tried to hook it out for a corner or a throw, but in the end, he just hooked it to himself.
He was just scared. He knew Aubameyang was there. He just
Well, that's what you got to do as a striker: put pressure on the defenders, and they'll make a mistake. And he certainly got away with it.
Because he's playing to centre now, Aubameyang.
He should be though. He's up against Otamendi and Vertonghen. He's got him for pace.
Well, he certainly did for the goal.
Actually, he peeled off Otamendi, and that's what made Verissimo come across. Oof. I think Ceballos with an effort there. I mean, it's one of them. if you're in the crowd and the ball comes, well, if there was a crowd rather, if there was a crowd and this ball falls to Ceballos, every man in the dog is saying shoot.
Shoot, yeah.
And it's one of them. Like you're playing five-a-side or whatever with the lads. You can't turn down this kind of shooting opportunity. Unfortunately for Ceballos, it is nowhere near.
That's just coming up. That's just coming up now for us. Yeah, Xhaka's got it. And then, I mean, that's the thing. It's this near side. All the players coming down. The Ceballos takes a shot. Yeah, he shanked it wide. Yeah, way wide. but it was there for him, so you can't fault the effort. But I think.
Oh my God!
It's all coming down this near the touchline. It's the Arsenal's left. They're finding Tierney regularly, and Benfica going down the right.
Yeah,
it doesn't come up the action areas on like the stats or anything, but I'd imagine it's a high percentage on this near side.
Benfica have got to sort out Tierney. They've got a back five. They should be able to try and. He's getting so much space.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a wing back, you should have a license to sort of press your opposite fullback or wing back or fullback in Tierney's case is back four. So yeah, he's getting plenty of space, and they're finding Xhaka and Ceballos on a regular basis.
But I think you're looking. If you look at the lineup, you're looking at the central midfielders from Benfica. It's only Weigl that'll dig in defensively because Tarab's not going to defend, Silva's not going to defend, Pizzi's not going to defend. So it's a very weird. It's a very weird system where. Normally, if you're playing 3-5-2, you'll have two players that at least could fill in defensively. But for this, it's a bit of a gung ho strategy, really, because now it has to pay off.
Yeah, Tarat's a weird one, isn't it? It's like a deep line. He's got. You can see that he's got elements of his passing range that he's trying to use, but physically, he's just not. He's not his position. But if you've got five midfielders technically around you, then. Maybe you'll be all right, but
someone needs to do his running for him, I think.
Yeah,
it's interesting you mentioned about Saka with regards to the England squad because I think that for once we don't have a squad that's set in stone because so many people have so many different opinions.
Yeah, and I think we've got a lot more attacking threat than we did in the World Cup in 2018. I think we were a bit thin on the ground in terms of attackers and wide players, whereas now we've got an absolute abundance, which is obviously brilliant because I don't think our defence has really, I'd say, improved that much.
We got. I suppose it's weird, isn't it? Because we had Stones in 2018, and then he dipped, and now actually he's coming back into form. Yeah. So I feel better now going in knowing that John Stones is going to be at centre back, which sounds weird saying.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Who's his partner going to be? I don't think any of the others are amazing form. But I think we've got to go out and express ourselves, which we didn't really do in the Nations League much. But I think Southgate's got to just let the handbrake off, and we've got to go out, express ourselves. And I think ideally we'll blow away a few teams. So I think that's got to be the approach for us, and got to let the attacking players do their thing.
Because there's a few spaces that have opened up. Like Jordan Henderson set to be out for 12 weeks, and that could rule him out of the Euros, depending on fitness. For me, I really am gutted that James Justin got it due to James Justin's injury, because, and this might sound strange coming from a Liverpool fan, but I don't know what you guys think. I don't think Trent should be a certainty. His form this season,
from what I've seen, he's dipped quite a bit.
His form this season has not been, and this is he's a young lad that set unbelievably high standards, but his form shouldn't warrant a place in the Euro squad. It's just a fact.
Yeah,
defensively,
he's never been great. Like I think he gets away with quite a fair bit because at Liverpool he had Van Dijk in there and Gomez at times, but he's always been. I watched them first game of the season against Leeds, and Jack Harrison was causing him nightmares. So I mean, depends how you can't really. It's odd, isn't it? Because he plays on the right hand side, but then the argument would be, well, playing wing back, and then it's like I look at Reece James, and I think actually as a wing back, probably more well rounded, just not as good in terms of. It's such a tough question, that right back.
Yeah, I agree. But then you look at Tuchel, and James doesn't appear to be an automatic starter. It's
weird.
Our left back problems for England were all solved with Ben Chilwell, but now he's not the certainty under Tuchel.
But yeah, that's the weird one, isn't it? Because Chilwell
Yeah.
was actually probably the best performer in Lampard's side, and now he's not even. Luke Shaw for me will start just because he's playing more and he's in good form.
I've had to eat a bit of humble pie about Luke Shaw, to be honest with you. He has been brilliant.
Yeah, but we're quite lucky though with both fullback areas.
I was going to say because we're not even talking about
we're quite strong.
We're not even talking about Aaron Cresswell. Like, you talk about a set piece taking fullback.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, I think it's certainly a dark horse, definitely.
I thought you said Aaron Wan-Bissaka for a minute. You went Aaron Cresswell. Craig Dawson.
That shows how many right backs we've got, Corey. That we've got Wan-Bissaka has he even been capped by England? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he has.
No,
under 21,
somewhere on my phone, I've made a starting 11 of England fullbacks. Kyle Walker in goal, of course. It's just ridiculous. Like, because we talk about Lamptey, even for example. Right now, for me, Lamptey is going to get hampered by hamstring injuries, and that's going to be the unfortunate thing for him. I think he's brilliant, but I think you can already tell he's going to have hamstring problems. This is a very bitty game, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say there's not a lot. There's not a lot happening from what I can see. Yes, settle down a little bit. Got a bit frantic after the goal.
There's one opinion that I've kind of got about one player for England in particular, and I think you guys are the perfect people to ask on this. For me, is it a fair statement for me to say I would prefer Declan Rice in games where we aren't expected to have possession as opposed to when we have possession? Because I feel he's a brilliant ball winner, but I'm not overly sold on his playing ability right now.
I think he's better than people give him credit for on the ball.
Yeah,
I think this season as well, like he played this unbelievable pass on Sunday. His passing range is better than he's one of the most underrated players in this country, and he's getting better at playing more of an 8. Yeah, I think he's getting better at playing. I do get that argument because I feel like if you look at it from an outside perspective, you're like, well, he's a defensive midfielder. Surely you'd throw Mount in there or someone who's going to get on the ball a bit more. I get it, but I think Declan actually hampers him in a way. I don't think that Declan Rice-Henderson pivot combination doesn't really work. And I just think neither of them really know whether to sit or go. I think if you either... Because I don't know if you watched the Belgium game, but second half, we brought on Calvin Phillips. And Calvin Phillips just sat in front of the defence. And Declan went and pressed the ball and won the ball in high areas and carried it. That actually shows you he's probably more comfortable playing that, particularly this season. But debate's mad. I'm sure Bill's going
I think he's definitely his passing range goes really under the radar. I think, if you watch it on Sky, if we're playing the top sides, you probably don't see that enough because we don't have a lot of the ball. And plus, we're more of a counter-attacking style of team. We playing a low block, which is worked to great effect. So you can't really see his runs from deep and his passing going forward. So you probably don't see it hugely. You definitely probably won't see it at the weekend. We've got Man City away, so you definitely won't see it then. Yeah. So now for me, I think Rice, not just because he's playing for West Ham, but I think he's got to start for England. He's got to start.
Oh yeah, no, I am a huge fan of Declan Rice. Benfica's just got a free kick on the right hand side here, and this is genuinely the best threat they've had because they've been trying to force it in the last few minutes, a few wayward passes, but they've just got a free kick on the right hand side.
This is fine for Arsenal. They don't. They've got their goal.
Really forced us into the goal. That contradicts what I've just said. Whatever it is. In terms of they've been almost playing it too much in terms of overhitting everything, but this is the best bit of pressure they've had since the goal, really.
This is the thing, though. When you watch, I think it was Villa Arsenal, and I think Villa got it spot on. They were trying to press Arsenal high up. Technically, you look at they've got 5 midfielders.
That was a very good chance for Jan Vertonghen.
Oh,
he'll feel he should probably do better with that.
Was it from this free kick coming up?
Yes, from the free kick. Gets laid off. Free kick gets whipped in. He's challenging for it with David Luiz. It's not a clear header, but you probably feel he should do better than that. Tierney's got a handful of his shirt, by the way. Not that ever gets noticed nowadays.
No, that's just rule was allowed there, I think. Yeah, free kick, about to come in, laid off. Back post. Well, that is a chance. That is a chance.
Best chance they've had.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
I'll tell you what, that is a bit of a clear header.
Yeah, that's it. It's a lovely ball in.
Do you know what that reminds me
Oh,
of?
yeah.
If you watch that Leeds game, I think it's against Wolves, and Liam Cooper had like 3 clear headers, and he hit them all at the keeper. He's like, that's bad.
Liam Cooper would have 2 headed shots on target in that game, 125-1. I don't know. I only know because it appeared on my Twitter. Someone had won it. It's Antwerp. Antwerp just equalised Ibrox as well. Rafael. And it's 5-4 in aggregate. Now it's a decent position for Rangers because Antwerp would still need 2 more in that game to go in front of aggregate after that crazy match last week. But be interesting for Rangers just because I think their focus. Gerard's adamant it won't get affected, but when you are that far clear, is it tough to kind of keep your focus?
I don't know. Stevie Gerrard is one of them people where he's so like mentally driven. I'm sure he's like driven it into his players where they're literally like we have to. Not only we've clearly beaten Celtic, but we've got to make a bit of a statement, which I think is probably what. Because I mean, look, Celtic in their position, they should be dominating the league. But fair play, Stephen Gerrard. I haven't watched a lot of Rangers, but apparently they play some decent stuff as well.
Yeah, they have. I mean, the players that he's brought in, like Goldson, Hadji, they're players that for me could. I like Connor Goldson. He was playing for England. I thought it was quite a good sign from Rangers, to be honest with you. He's pretty much been there with Van Dijk. If you like, he's out. I don't think he's missed a minute. Certainly not in the league. Arsenal, I think they're just trying to get more possession now, really, after that bit of a scare from the Tongan header. Just establishing a bit more authority because no teams. Well, as soon as I say that, Jack gives it away. But no teams had a consistent 5-minute spell of possession in the last 20 minutes or so.
It's a cagey game, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
There's only been one moment of quality, I guess. Well, no, I mean, to be fair to Benfica, they have had chances. It's not like they've been, but they haven't really...
Yeah, they haven't bought Leonard, have they? That's the
exactly,
only thing.
Exactly.
There was another one a couple of minutes before what we're watching now. Is another misplaced ball that went out for a throw, and that's just summed up their final ball so far.
Yeah.
Arteta must be feeling the pressure in this at Arsenal at the minute. He's got to go far in this competition.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, especially as they lost to Olympiacos last season, which a team they should really be beating.
Nearly done.
But I suppose with Arteta, he's got the FA Cup, he's got that a little bit of credit in the bank, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think that was the one thing. Say Lampard had won it. That FA Cup last year, it might have afforded him a bit more leeway.
Yeah,
but the way it went.
Well, I was saying that you see
forward, looking for Aubameyang, flicking it back, and it'll fall to Weigl, who shanks his clearance. Really, I think the offside flag was up in any case.
Sabas has done well there.
Yeah, he was offside Aubameyang.
Yeah, that's
very
just
similar
come in
scenario
for us.
to the goal, actually, but he was offside.
Bellerin's on the right. Saka. Well, Smith Rowe should have turned there.
Keeper's just tried a very...
See? Smith Rowe playing it back.
Yeah.
They had a chance.
Yeah, I think possibly could have took it forward and have a shot there. But yeah, nice ball forward by the way. It's just mix it up a little bit, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Aubameyang offside there.
I remember how highly rated Weigl was when he was at Borussia Dortmund. It's one of them because people tend to leave Benfica to go to the I don't know higher destination if you like, but
exactly.
He's on the way. He's come to Benfica. I can't say I'm an expert on the Primera Liga, but it's interesting to know that they are so far behind Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, That's what we were saying earlier. That both of these sides aren't really where you'd expect them to be in their respective divisions.
No, for Arsenal to be 11th, crikey.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Not good.
Sporting lose Bruno, and they're flying clear for their first title in God knows how long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We think about how much money all these Portuguese sides have made from transfer fees and there. It's crazy.
I like to see how Sebastian Coates is getting on as well at Sporting. He of the bicycle kick, and then absolutely, honestly, with all
Thursday.
I've got nothing against Coates, but my word, he was lanky.
Yeah.
Bet you're happy to leave that era behind. Now you've got Van Dijk.
Yeah. when he's back, I just hope everyone stays next year. After quite possibility of dropping into the Europa League, if any sort of Europe. So I just hope everyone stays.
What's the feeling on Liverpool? Is it like with the fans? Is it more like it's an injury issue, or is it people are now starting to think is it a bit of a mentality issue?
Saka's in, great chance, and has it gone for a corner? Just waiting to see what it's gone for here. Was he offside? Because it was a great chance if he was onside. Just offside, Saka. Just offside. Sorry, you said the feeling. I guess a lot of people want to treat it as next year will just be pressing the reset button.
Yeah.
With all all team gets injuries. West Ham had injuries, for example, and you still do. You've only got one striker for crying out loud.
Yeah,
and even he's not fit 100% of the time. But then
that's big chance. That was big chance.
You look at teams like West Ham, Leicester have had injuries as well, and I think what basically Liverpool fans are saying is, have any of them ever had their first, if you want to call it now, 5 choice centre halves out injured? And I think that's the main complaint. Obviously, then the likes of Davis and Kabak have come in, and Kabak hasn't looked brilliant in his first few games, I do have to say.
No.
But that's when a defensive player comes in from Schalke with the problems that they've had. Yeah, I don't know how much you can expect from Ozan Kabak. I really don't. So that'll be interesting. I think, as I say, people are trying to press it as a reset button, but then you're trying to trust Virgil van Dijk to come back from a serious injury and be perfect.
Yeah.
And I just think that's very risky. Just Benfica with a free kick here, just shooting range.
It's a decent pass as well.
Just for half time, be a good time for them to hit back.
Be a great time to score this.
Not the best free kick to give away,
Leno's
though.
still organising his ball.
Yeah, we've just seen a challenge from Ceballos. There's no need.
There's no one
didn't need to make a challenge there.
It's over the wall. Oh! What a goal that is!
Oh, I can't wait to watch this. We're a few seconds behind.
Bit rash that one from Ceballos.
Yeah, there's no need. Absolutely no need at all. And just like that, they're back in it.
There is no saving that. There is Gonçalves. There is no saving that whatsoever. Oh my word!
It's going to be interesting now.
Hopefully it's as good as you say it is, Chris. Let's have a look. About to take it. Here we go. Oh wow! What a goal! Whoa!
You could have two keepers in there, and they aren't saving it.
That is right in the postage stamp. Top bins, as they say now. Cool. That is spectacular.
Oh my god!
That is something else.
I'm getting Pyatt flashbacks.
Against Man United.
Yeah.
Well, against anyone, Palace as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Or Beckham against Greece.
Palace, wasn't it?
That is very.
That's as good as it'll get, won't it?
We are literally all square. Any more goals, and we will be having extra time.
Yeah, that's the thing. As we've said, it didn't change much for Benfica. If they got the next goal, the game's level.
Funny because
that's some free kick that. Jesus,
it is
absolutely wonderful.
You'd say Vertonghen was the best chance as such, but that is perfect. That is absolutely majestic. He has been. He's probably been their biggest threat, Gonçalves, as well down the right hand side. But what a free kick that from the right wing back! What a free kick that is!
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fantastic.
At least we're both used to fullbacks being able to take set pieces. At least, lads.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, just like that, Benfica right back in it. Have nothing really, no sustained pressure of any kind in a silly free kick. Obviously, wonderful goal, but certainly
Just got a
avoidable.
corner now as well, Benfica. Gabriel just chasing down Seferovic and putting it up for a corner. He had to do it, to be fair. And Pizzi going across the take. He's been quite quiet, Pizzi, to be honest with you. He's the joint scorer in the Europa League this season. In fact, no, I think his penalty last week made him top scorer.
Yeah, he has been, yeah.
I wonder, like, when they do that, is it code? Is it something? Let's see. If he can just beat the first man, he has beaten the first man, and that was a very good corner. Headed away, headed back in, surely offside. No. Benfica with another chance here, headed away, and Aubameyang should be able to get that clear. No, he hasn't. That was terrible from Aubameyang. Still keeping us alive, Benfica, and Arsenal should be able to get clear now.
They've just got to hold out Arsenal. A second goal for Benfica, that really does change things. Obviously, the equaliser doesn't change a lot for Benfica, but my God, yeah. Second goal was killer.
I cannot tell you how much my pet peeve is in football. Maybe, no, in life in general, to be honest with you. My pet peeve is not beating the first man at a corner kick.
Oh
my God, when that happens, there's no excuse. There's no excuse for it.
No. When you think how much, they obviously they're training every day. It's basics.
And that is half time, gents.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah, just coming up. Yeah, they clear eventually. Arsenal
scrambled, didn't they? Arsenal after that goal.
They badly need that half-time whistle. Just come about 30 seconds away. We are 30 seconds behind. Yeah, definitely needed that half-time whistle. Yeah, decent. I think Benfica have shown glimpses of quality. Final ball wasn't really there. Obviously, a fantastic free kick, and Arsenal kept the ball decently. Well taken goal, but they need. There's more goals for Arsenal. They need to just step up in the second half, but obviously be careful because, as I say, if they can see the second, they'll need to score two.
If that's the thing now for Arsenal, and it makes, considering how poor they were last week with their finishing, that it's all of a sudden this tie could be all but over, but all of a sudden now it's right in the balance.
Yeah, there we are. So not bad that, lads. Yeah, 1-1 at half time, 2-2 on aggregate. I think it will start to open up a little bit in the second half. I'm sure both sides don't want extra time, do they?
No, not when you have to travel back.
There it is. Well, for anyone watching, subscribe to Garage Football if you're new, and let us know your thoughts in the live chat. Let us know your predictions for the second half. Not bad first half. I have to say, guys.
I've seen far worse first halves than that. I think it was cagey at the beginning. I think probably the one time Arsenal have really opened up Benfica, so they took their chance to Aubameyang. It was a lovely finish, lovely pass from Bukayo Saka, and that combination, if it gets time to flourish at Arsenal, I think that really can be a lovely partnership going forward. They'll be at completely other ends of their careers, but another few years, and I think Saka can learn an awful lot from Aubameyang.
Definitely. Yeah, just from an Arsenal point of view, I think they need to get a Smith Rowe and Odegaard. They've both been pretty quiet.
Yeah,
and they need to both get on the ball, and then from Benfica point of view, I think Seferovic I've hardly seen him, and Rafa Silva needs to get a few more touches. So there's Tarat quiet as well. I didn't think
Tarat was. I think it's weird, isn't it? Because when we saw him at QPR, we knew what we was getting, a number 10 that could beat. But I kind of get why he's there, but I know what you're saying. Like, I think Benfica. Have you watched Benfica play, sitting on that left hand side when they're playing balls in? Bellerin can't deal with it. They're just getting stretched
Yeah.
every single time. He's such a problem. Like they got to seriously watch out for that, like long term, because if he keeps playing the way he is, then teams are going to suss it out. But hopefully, Benfica will put a lot of pressure on in this second half. And AFTV
you want to win
meltdown.
tonight? You want to win tonight?
I just want to see the meltdown. I'm just here for the meltdown. I just want to see it.
I think for me, you know, when you're looking at this formation, right? So you've got Smith Rowe, you've got Saka, you've got Odegaard, and you've got Aubameyang. Do you need Ceballos? Because I don't really know what his role is meant to be in this system. Because we always say Dani Ceballos as this creative Spanish fluid midfield player, but you've got Xhaka, who's meant to be the hard man in the midfield, and then Ceballos is just letting this game drift past him for me.
Yeah, well, I think if Partey was fit, he'd be a certain starter, but he's injury plagued season in it, so that's why he's on the bench. But he's looked impressive in the games he's played.
Atletico.
Yeah,
He's literally never injured. Certainly in the later part of his time there.
100%.
But I just don't feel Ceballos is contributing anything to this game, to be honest with you.
I think it just needs a few more forward passes from Arsenal, I'd say. Just a little bit quicker. And when they have got into crossing positions, apart from the Saka, but that wasn't a cross, that was a forward ball from deep. So when Tierney's had it on the left, he's looked promising. They've been finding him regularly, so just needs to get a couple more bullies in the box. I know we've said don't expose yourself, but you can't just have Saka, or if Aubameyang's got the ball.
The thing is, they're playing 4-2-3-1, so effectively they've got two defensive midfielders. I know Ceballos is a bit, so they should be able to commit enough men forward, but they get that ball in that pocket and then they play it back. This is
Arsenal we're talking about, Corey. Defensive.
But even
that's not something you associate with it.
But even when you watch it, it's like you see, because you've got Smith Rowe, Odegaard. They're the players that you want in and around the box, and then when they get it, they're so concerned about keeping hold of the ball and then squeezing it aside. They don't play that ball straight through to Aubameyang, who's on the shoulder. It's like they did that more. This game could be a little bit more comfortable. I don't know. It feels like it's sort of self-inflicted, but. This game is
definitely on the knife edge. You can sense it from both. So not that they're both trying, but it's just and you can understand we've spoken before about the away goals and stuff. I think that's why they should get rid of it, because both sides would go all out and try and win the game rather than just play on a knife edge.
No, they miss Partey massively, don't they?
Oh, without doubt.
He's so complete as I think I watched the Wolves game first half, and some of the passes he was playing for a supposed defensive midfielder's quality, and it's like
it wouldn't be surprised if he come on second half, especially if it continues at this rate and the scoreline is the same as well.
Yeah, I'll take Ceballos off. Really, he's not
because
affecting the
I think
game.
now that free kick, it's changed Arteta's game plan a little bit for me, in that he probably has to be a bit more cautious, because for me, I don't see Arsenal getting another 2 here. If they go 2-1 behind here and all of a sudden need 2, I do wonder if they have the capabilities to find those goals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's why they've got to be defensively aware, aren't they? Yeah.
I mean, look, the free kick, you could maybe, from Arsenal's perspective, moan about where it was given away. You can moan about defending in the build-up to it, but you can't moan about the strike. I've always said, if you're a goalkeeper and you get beat on your side, it's your fault. If you get beat going over the wall into the top bin, hold your hands up and say fair play. And that's all Bernd Leno could do in that situation.
No, it was an excellent free kick, without a doubt.
It's interesting as well, because I'm just watching it back now, and it's actually Ceballos who gives away the free kick.
Yeah,
By running out of defence, and it's a beautiful, beautiful free kick from Gonçalves. It's one of them. I don't know why Leno's bothered diving. He is literally nowhere near that.
He's got to make it look like he's trying.
Well, that's the thing. That's another thing. We spoke about the near post corners. That's another thing. Goalkeepers just standing still at penalties or any shot. Just at least have a go. Even if you can't get it, just have a go. Don't just stand there like a statue.
Reminds me of Roberto when he went past him and he didn't even. He just saw it and went.
Do not say that name ever again, please.
He just goes,
I have to say, from the outside watching in, he might be in my top 5. I don't know how many games he played for. You'll be able to tell me. But
Too many.
Yeah.
He, for me, was in my top 5 worst Premier League keepers I've seen over the last few years. Top 1.
Top 1, like Brian Clough, he's in the top 1.
It was awful. The Burnley game away, especially.
No, it was too much.
Yeah.
It was too much because what we never got about it was he was clearly an awful keeper, and every single game it was like, please, Pellegrini, just take him off. He just even if you believe in him, it's not working, and he would just persist with him. And it was only until that Chelsea game we threw Dave Martin in goal. We got that 1-0. I was like, yes, we're free finally. And it was just like,
but it was every game. There was the Newcastle game as well where they won 3-2, and he come out. Like it did like star jump. I think it was like Fernandez scored a header from a corner or a free kick. His
timing's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I remember Mourinho's first game at Spurs and Son had a shot across it and kind of shrank.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That was at the goal at the stand that I sit at, and how's that gone in from that angle? And he just didn't dive properly. So, but do you know what? We've spoke on Corey's channel, the West Ham way, a number of times about Roberto, and we did a worst 11 from the year 2000, and he was probably the most certain player in the whole 11. But we spoke a little bit about Joe Hart, but he was just an honourable mention. Like Roberto was rolled off the tongue easily, and
when you consider that he actually made memorable howlers. For example.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, that's I think it's something I said on that video we did, which was like, it's amazing the career he's had. You know, he's not like been
some agent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's not. He's actually should be. He's probably got the same agent as Julian Fobert going to Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got a similar agent.
Worst thing I've ever seen. I've still got it etched in my brain. One of the Newcastle goals, actually him coming out, and it was in slow motion. Like I was actually there seeing it, and I was like, "There's no way." His timing was so odd. And do you remember Bill when he punched it? I think it was Burnley, wasn't it? And he punched
Must have been Burnley,
yeah.
What are you doing? Just stay on your line.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Glad it's over anyway.
Yeah.
No, Roberto, he would have pulled off a save for that free kick. We would have been sitting there going, "What are you doing?" Would have been so far to that side. Oh my god.
It's funny looking back on players that you just don't know how they've made a career, isn't it? With all
we've said a lot of them at West Ham since we've moved.
Put it that way, but
certainly since we moved to the London Stadium, we've had some absolute shockers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's it like actually watching football there? I haven't been yet. What's it like actually watching football at the London Stadium? Is it getting better?
It would have been amazing to go this season. It's gutting that we're doing so well, and you know, I think it was like the Man United game where 2,000 were allowed because of the restrictions at the time. But it would have been absolutely rocking this season because we got a team that are, committed, playing for the badge, obviously winning games, playing decent football. I really don't subscribe to this theory of we're playing better because the fans aren't there. I think that's just so wrong. It's
unfair on the team, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just I mean, in that case, it'd be like, well, how come we did so well in the last season at Upton Park, where it was sold out every week? So that doesn't make sense at all. That theory. So, but yeah, as an actual stadium, if you're there to watch. A band like Foo Fighters have played there, and I think the Killers and all that. And if you're maybe NFL or something, I reckon it'd be, because as an actual stadium arena, it's pretty decent. And like the large screen outside and stuff. But Football-wise, no, it's not a football stadium, but it wasn't designed like that. I mean, the comparison is always made with Man City, and what was called the City of Manchester Stadium, but that was designed for the Commonwealth Games and then turned into a football stadium. Whereas, infamously, if it was Sebastian Coe was like, well, no, it's going to be athletics only at that stadium, and it was built for that purpose. So, but no, I think the atmosphere at times has been decent. Like Tottenham in the first season, where we beat them 1-0 when they were fighting for the league. That was pretty awesome. There's been a few games, but no, it's never going to be like Upton Park. But that was never going to. You can say that about a lot of stadium moves. I mean, Arsenal. I've been to the Emirates and I've heard libraries louder. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? No. So and I speak to a lot of Arsenal fans. They miss the Highbury days and stuff. So yeah, I think it's just a typical modern day stadium move.
That's why I'm glad when a stadium in Stanley Park is being talked about. It's just we got the main stand now, and I think I understand where some fans come from, because it is tougher to get up safe for the likes of Southampton or Bournemouth at home. But then the genuine European nights are just unbelievable in terms of it just rocking.
Yeah.
Be us, mate.
We're all going on a European tour.
Oh my god! Imagine Benfica away.
Oh, that'd be nice. I've been Benfica Stadium. It's quite nice. I've been in Lisbon. It's quite nice.
It looks decent.
Yeah. They've got a decent. They've got a statue of Eusebio outside it. Teams just going in the second half now. And I tried to take a picture with the statue, but me trying to tackle the ball, and he looks like he's going to kick the ball on the statue. And I went to try and tackle the ball, and just the locals look at me thinking, "What are you doing?"
It's like icon. Like, get away.
Players coming out now. There's Andy, recognisable figure from Man City days.
Yeah, but we were linked with him, weren't we? I think at one point, because we had Pellegrini. Imagine him coming.
No, we've got Craig Dawson.
Oh, I know, we've moved on massively from
Don't need any. Let's say no more. He should be in the England squad. He says sarcastically. What would you do if you were Arteta, Lance? Would you keep it the same, like in terms of style of play, or would you leave it for 20 minutes and change it up? They've got options on the bench.
I'll bring on Partey. I honestly would just bring him on now and put him next to Xhaka.
Yeah.
It's just such one of them games. It's such on a knife edge.
No,
I wouldn't have Ceballos out there.
Just for giving away the free kick.
Yeah.
You gave the free kick even back in the day.
Yeah.
Off you come.
Yeah.
Off you come, son.
I just don't get the Ceballos thing.
I did wonder what they were waiting for. It's because Aubameyang, I don't know whether he's the loo or something. But anyway, underway.
All right, yeah. Just,
literally, you'll see in a second.
The ref's looking away.
Who's not there?
What do you reckon, man? Score prediction for the second half? I think Arsenal will get a goal. I think Arsenal will win this game 2-1 and go through.
I think Benfica get one.
You know what? I'm gonna call. I am calling Benfica on away goals. I just don't know how much I trust Arsenal here.
Especially after,
you look at Olympiacos last year, which really should have been as straightforward a tie as Arsenal have asked for in recent years, and they messed that up. So I just don't know how much faith I have in Arsenal to see the job through, and they might do. Of course, they might. They've got enough quality, but to ask Arsenal to keep a clean sheet is a bigger ask for me. Not a clean sheet, because they haven't kept a clean sheet. To ask them to keep Benfica out.
A second half clean sheet.
We'll go with that second half clean
sheet. We're underway on our end as well.
Benfica were coming straight away. Grimaldo was hardly used in the first half, and to poor pass, Bellerin intercepts, and to throw into Arsenal. He was literally, for as much as he has, I mean, I think he was 24, Alex Grimaldo now.
Oh,
but for anyone that played Football Manager, he was the go-to left back. Probably is still.
Oh yeah,
quite a few.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of those wonder kids from back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. I always struggle to get into Football Manager just because there's just so much to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think there's I think that's what makes it so good. I've been a fan of it for years. I think that's why. But also they've brought in a sort of I can't remember what it's called, but like Football Manager Lite, or for mobile and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like completely strips away a lot of the other stuff.
What's your greatest Football Manager achievement?
I've not done one of the brilliant ones where you take over Wrexham from the and then get them the Champions League. I've not done it. yeah, I've not done any of that. But my favourite one's probably from Football Manager 2011. And funny enough, I actually took over Liverpool because when that was the season, as you'll know, Chris, where Roy Hodgson got sacked, and I thought, well, how bad, how hard can it be to get Liverpool competing? And then in that season, I ended up winning the league. I bought Jermaine Defoe from Tottenham for 12 million. He was my top scorer. And then from there, I've won, I think, about 4 or 5 leagues and the Champions League a couple of times. Yeah, having Ryan Shawcross as my centre back as well. That's
even more remarkable an achievement.
But at the time when he was at Stoke and that, his stats were absolutely unbelievable, and he was cheap as well. So like Defoe. So yeah.
I'll tell you what, Benfica are giving it a right go here.
Yeah, they're playing a bit more tempo. They're a bit sluggish at the back with the ball, but they're stepping up a little bit more.
But this is where I think Arsenal can be vulnerable, though. If you press them high enough, you can force them in, because they're always going to play out from the back. They're never going to go long. So
I love this from Dennis. Arsenal need to bring on Emmanuel Petit and Davor Suker. I think they probably could do with them now.
If you're able to get past Xhaka, then you're in.
Yeah.
Because Ceballos isn't going to track. And I just don't think there's enough cover, certainly defensively from the centre midfield players. Saying that Aubameyang could be in here. Oh, what a lovely finish again! Is he offside?
Oh, he's done it again.
Oh, it's been flagged offside. Wait,
are they checking it? Are they checking it?
They will do, because this was very tight.
Who played him in, Chris?
It was Odegaard. That is. I think we're about to see some pixels here, lads. That is very tight. They'll be checking.
This is just coming up for us, so Ceballos has got it.
Yeah. My initial reaction when I was watching it in real time was onside. This is tight. This is really tight. Offside.
Yeah.
Offside confirmed.
It's just coming up for us.
Really tight.
Let's have a look. Bellerin, Ceballos. Yeah, we're about 45 seconds behind. Oh, what a ball through. Yeah, again, a lovely finish.
Oh, that is as narrow as they get.
That actually does look offside from the angle I've seen, but I don't know how narrow it is.
Just having a look for the replay. Just waiting for that.
I mean, it's not quite toenail, but it's tight.
All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, that is tight. Yeah.
Update from Rangers as well. Nathan Patterson, 19-year-old, he came off at half time and made 2-1. So Antwerp would need that. By my calculation, they need 3 in the second half. So you would imagine that that tie is all but over now for Steven Gerrard and co.
Yeah,
they'll be in the last 16.
They've just showed one replay now that looked tight, and they're about to show. Are they showing the lines? No, the ref's giving offside anyway.
They will show the lines. They'll show lines in a sec.
I hate these lines. Honestly, they're starting to do my head in. Like if you looked at it, the eye test, you're like, oh, okay, you should just be onside.
Here we go. Oh wow! Oh my god! The lines are near enough on top of each other. That's insane. That is close. It's good. You're going to get.
I can name about 5 instances this season, lads, where that's been the case for us.
Oh God, yeah. Since VAR come in last season, yeah.
I'll never get over that Bamford one where he put his hand out. It was like, it's offside.
Yeah.
Even now, I'm not even a Leeds fan. I'm just like, what on earth is that all about?
Yeah.
If that had been us, I would have gone mental. I would have literally been like, nah, sorry.
I would change what I'd bring in with the VAR and offside is have it where I don't know if you guys are cricket fans, but they have umpires call with the Hawkeye decisions, and there's a certain percentage where if it's just clipping the stumps, it's given as umpires call. If it's full on hitting stumps, it's given out. So but there's a bit of a sort of a wavelength that that umpires have. So I think they need to bring in something similar with offside.
I don't think with offside that to be fair, Bill, that's like the most logical thing. But I don't even think they've got the right technology because it's basically subjective in terms of pixels. I'm like, there's no
and the drawing of the lines and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, the draw. Honestly,
I read in Holland. It's very interesting because in Holland they've got what's called basically a linesman's help or assistance, basically. So when on the VAR, they'll draw a line, right, in terms of the last touch or whatever. Yeah. And then they're like a few centimeters in width, right? And the rule is if the attacking player, if their line overlaps any part of the defender's line, it's given onside, regardless if it's slightly off. So basically, they're saying it has to be daylight, which again it opens up a bit of a can of worms. But they're saying they'd rather have daylight than these marginal offsides.
Yeah, that's the thing. The offside law has changed so many times. That daylight was brought in a few years ago. Then it was preference to the attacker, and now it's completely. It changes like every week. It seems to be. It's about something for IFAB to look at rather than VAR because they're only implementing the rules of the game.
For you guys, if you're an Arsenal fan, would you feel aggrieved by that? Or do you think that was clear enough to be accepted?
I personally feel there was enough in it. But I don't believe
it's tough.
If we took the lines out of it and we just looked at feet position and things like that, you'd probably say, he's onside. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great shout. Yeah, I agree with that.
But if you took the lines out and you use VAR still, then you'd be like, do you know what? I'd give it to the. You wouldn't give it to the attacker, but technically he's onside. I don't understand how you can be off by a knee or kind of a knee. But, I don't know.
Yeah, but the
armpits and stuff is
the worst.
Yeah, that's
the Bamford one's horrific. Someone should have got sacked over that. I swear.
Well, while there's a low in play, just go back to our football manager Chad Dennis has come up with his epic save where he won the quadruple with Mainz 2 years in a row, took Crew to the Europa League semi-final. It's a great achievement.
That's very good. Again, I won 3 successive Bundesligas with Hamburg last year.
Good going.
I got promoted at first attempt as champions, finished 4th in my first season. I think it was either second then my 3rd season, and then first. It was ridiculous just because I don't know whether this is the case with you guys in recent years. Bayern were awful on last year's Football Manager. Absolutely awful. I don't like the odds pretty much every year on my save. They finished outside the top 4.
Oh really? Yeah. Do you know what? That's like that with Man City. With me, Man City hardly ever win the league when I play, and that's good. That's because That's not because I'm managing them, by the way. It's because the computer. I don't know. They always finish 3rd or 4th or whatever. So, but I don't know. It's one of those things. Glitch in the matrix. I don't know.
Yeah. Vertonghen just defending against Bellerin there.
Not a huge amount of chances. It's not been a huge amount of chances, but I mean, apart from that disallowed goal for offside, but I think both sides they look to be, stepping their tempo up a little bit more, taking fewer touches, which is good to see.
Saka's got in a few times down this right hand side. Good cross then headed away, and Saka just come back to collect the ball, crossing again from Bellerin. Headed away again, bit of an awkward header, but I think making a bit of a hash of clearing this. They've got rid now. Gabriel's got it on the halfway line. Decent bit of pressure from Arsenal first. They've really had in the first half. Odegaard's dropping very deep.
Oh, he is. He's I think looks like Saka and Odegaard have swapped positions. I think.
Yeah.
From what I can see.
It's like, I know he's made enough of a name for himself in the last year or so, Odegaard, but he really, he went to Real too early, didn't he? A few changes coming up for Benfica now. Seferovic is going off.
Yeah, he's been quiet, hasn't he?
Be replaced by Nunez.
That's a foul.
And Pizzi. Pizzi's going off as well, which is, we said in the first half, didn't we? He's been very quiet, Pizzi.
Yeah. I wonder if that leads. I don't know a huge amount about Benfica subs, so I wonder if that leads to a formation change, or if they're keeping it the same.
Yeah, he'll be replaced by Everton, who is a winger. So that's an attacking midfielder for a winger.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad Everton never signed for Everton, just for the
God,
confusion.
Just get too confusing.
All the memes, yeah.
Adel Taarabt is the final substitution. I think he's been replaced by Gabriel. It's a triple change for Benfica.
Yeah, subs just coming up for us as well. Yeah,
They make 3 subs.
Indeed, yeah. Triple sub.
How many subs can you make?
I think he sensed a bit of
Europa League different?
five in Europe.
Yeah, because they've got, is it 9 subs at 1, 2?
But that is for Seferovic and Pizzi at least. If I'm Arsenal here and I'm looking at those two going off, I know they've been quiet, but I'm encouraged. Now Tini's got it on the left to cross it over Aubameyang, headed away. They're going to clear. Nunez done very well there. Nunez.
Play hasn't got out in the way for us. Still waiting for the subs to come off the pitch.
I don't understand why you would use Taarabt as like almost at times a bit like a 6 rather than in an advanced position. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Again, he hasn't got the defensive nous.
No.
For that scenario.
But has he got the agility that he did at Queen's Park Rangers?
I think he looks a little bit overweight still.
No. I was going to say surely not.
Yeah, imagine if he still had that. He's obviously just a different type of player now. You know, some players obviously change positions as they get older, and he's one of them.
Did you see
cross from Bellerin just overhead the far post? Go on.
No, someone was talking about what was it? Real Madrid were asking 80 million for Odegaard if Arsenal want to buy him. I was like, what?
Wow.
I mean, you haven't seen the sorted out, but he's hardly played for Real this year. And Rangers are through now. They're 3-1 up on the night. Ryan Kent. So, quick bit of maths will mean it's a 7-4 aggregate there. But that's Rangers 3 to the last 16. Aubameyang just couldn't climb enough for the far post there from Bellerin's cross.
Oh.
It's starting to dictate the play a bit more, Arsenal.
Yeah, Odegaard, he's the deep line playmaker here. That's a nice cross, and Arsenal have a corner. But again, Odegaard, he's still very young. You look at him and Haaland, you do kind of question how Norway have made the Euros this year.
Oh, it's not a bad cross by Bellerin. It's the right idea, but the difference with that, with the ones from the first half, they had more bodies in the box there. Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's another.
That's a naughty challenge. That.
It's another good cross, but nothing happens there.
And as soon as I say that, it's a 3-2. So at Rangers, that's 7-5 on aggregate. You'd like to think that at some point, one of the teams will start defending in that tie.
I thought for a minute, it 3-2 on aggregate for this game for a second.
That's what I thought as well.
That's one hell of a jump. Oh, well, it could be 3-2 now. Great chance, surely. Rafa Silva has put Arsenal in a lot of trouble.
Oh!
I
knew it! I called it.
My word, horrendous
Nah,
defending.
I can't say that.
It came from Arsenal's corner. It came from Arsenal's corner. The ball was hoofed forward. And Rafa Silva just takes a chance.
We're still,
it's a long ball.
Hit him on the counter.
Oh, it's Danny Ceballos.
Oh,
It is Danny Ceballos again.
Odegaard's about to take the corner.
He's tried to head it back to Leno, and Rafa
dear.
Silva's nipped in and finished it.
Oh, well, Odegaard's about to take the corner, so we're just about to see that mistake.
That is a shocker, and Arsenal are in big
Oh my god!
Oh, here we go. I'm still way behind you guys. Keeper's got it. This is exactly nightmare for Arsenal. Yeah, keeper kicks it long.
Oh my god!
Oh no, what's he done there? Oh my days, and that's well taken.
It's really good.
God.
It's really good composure, isn't it, from Rafa Silva?
Excellent. Yeah.
That
oh my
god. We literally said at half time Ceballos should not be on the pitch.
If you look at it, right, it's because where Xhaka's gone up for the set. Normally Xhaka drops into that defence, but Ceballos is like the last man. That's probably the one person I don't want.
No, that
makes me laugh.
My days.
What makes me laugh is he's being dragged, Ceballos.
No, that's not a surprise. That's not a surprise.
Thomas Partey.
They should have made that earlier, though. That's why they're. If Partey's there, it's a different.
Thomas Partey and Willian are on, and Arsenal really have got to say, well, they've got a mission on to save this.
Well, they're going to have to play out their skins in this last half hour or so. But yeah, the composure by Rafa Silva, that's good going, because Leno's done the right thing by coming out. He just takes it past him and strokes it into the goal.
Rafa Silva. So Ceballos is literally with Rafa Silva on the halfway line there, though. So when that ball comes forward, I don't know where, because he must be aware how far he is away from Leno. And if he heads it back, it's not going to reach Leno.
Well, yeah, even if Leno's starting position was on the edge of the penalty area, that still wouldn't have been enough to reach him. So, shocking. Smith Rowe off. And
Ceballos is. I've just watched the replay again. He has got no. But he's with Silva on the halfway line. That's what I don't get. And it just completely loses all bearings.
He's flicked it as if he's right near Leno and Leno's next to him. There's no power on the header whatsoever.
Do you think that's what he's done? Try to flick it back to the keeper? Because I just think
I reckon he's trying to.
He's trying to find the keeper.
That's ridiculous. Can't do that from there. He's so far out. What did he expect Leno to be on the edge of the box?
But even if he was Corey, that ball still wouldn't have made it. Or Rafa Silva might have even nipped in ahead of Leno.
Well, no. The bottom line is he shouldn't be heading it back.
Well, yeah. Oh,
side or whatever. He had enough time. He could have just dropped.
Just to confirm, it was Smith Rowe that came off for.
Smith Rowe.
I can't believe he's done that.
Well, we said, Lance, it might be difficult for Arsenal to score 2 goals. Well, they've got to go and prove it. He's definitely. I've just seen the replay. Yeah, Ceballos is definitely trying to head it back to Leno, without a doubt.
Problem is as well, he put Bellerin. I think Bellerin thinks he's going to head it forward rather than back. You
can't legislate for that though.
No,
absolutely not.
Who's Benfica's goalkeeper? He deserves a lot of praise.
Lete,
is it? Yeah, it's a good kick from that to get that distance on it. Had the awareness to play it forward. He must have known that Arsenal had only limited players back.
There. Saka's just had the ball on the right-hand side and he's come back in. He's been fouled, but Bellerin carried on. If you're Bellerin now, you take the free kick. You absolutely take the free because he just ran into a traffic.
This is such a dodgy position for
Willian.
Arsenal, isn't it?
I tell you now, as well. Willian, we talk about Ozil was on mega money.
Yeah.
Of course, now he's gone to Fenerbahce. They still are weighed down by Willian. But you look at them, the cash he's on, free transfer, 32 years old, got a 3-year contract, and he hasn't scored for Arsenal this season.
The thing is, there's something massively suspect about that whole thing. I don't understand it at all.
It just made no sense.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, and he got the same agent, that Kier. I can't remember his surname. Who was Tevez's agent back in the day. Yeah, he's got a heart.
You saw him on the summer with Karen Neville. When
that's right. That's right.
The thing about Willian that's odd is that, do you remember when because he had one good game, didn't he, start of the season, and then after that he just dipped massively, and Arteta still kept playing him. Thinking Arteta, he's not
Well,
performing.
that's the thing. Since I think Willian and a couple others might have been injured against Chelsea, was it when they won 3-2? I think it was, or 3-1.
3-1.
And that's when Smith Rowe.
Tierney! Oh, we have a game on.
Oh,
brilliant goal from Kieran
Desmond 2-2. Well, that was much needed. They needed to equalise on the night straight away, didn't they?
Arsenal
Within 5 minutes, they've done it.
In this lovely build up down the left hand side. Willian involved, pulling it back to Kieran Tierney, gets onto his left foot, and that is a rocket into the far corner.
We're just about to see it. So Bellerin plays it. Always come out for a throw. We're way behind. Must be about a minute behind.
That's a lovely finish.
Well, they've got time. They've bought themselves time, Arsenal now, because you can't wait till the last 5 minutes to get 2 goals. So they've got that little bit of breathing space, but still obviously got to get the goal.
Oh, he scores from here.
I was going to say, where? What's happening? Yeah, it's on the halfway line still.
That finish.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Willian's got it now. Left hand side. Oh, he must cut it back. Surely, got to cut it back. Oh, he does. Cuts. Oh, what a finish! Yeah, buried it. Bottom corner. Takes on his man and smashes it in left footed. Yeah. Richly deserved applause.
It's typical of Scotland, isn't it? They finally get 2 brilliant players. They both play same position.
One of them's definitely playing like a centre back, aren't they? It's just like, which one?
I think Tierney gets shoved into centre back.
Yeah, that's a great finish.
I'll play him left and right back, to be honest, if I had Tierney and Robertson on the side.
Yeah. Got to find a way to get them both in.
Such a good finish, though, isn't it?
Well, just it takes on 20 minutes of normal time.
Yeah, it takes on Everton in the box. Yeah, another touch, and then in step. Yeah, that's a lovely finish. Goalkeeper's got no chance. Well, that's 2-2 on the night, 3-3 on the aggregate, but Arsenal got to score one more to go through.
Because if you remember the goal that he scored against West Brom, it was quite a similar position, but he's cutting on his right foot on occasion.
Yeah.
It was a lovely finish from his left foot there.
Well, we said about Willian, lads. He's technically got an assist.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the goal was down to him.
Worth every penny of 200k a week for that.
No, do you know what? He could have, Willian, to be fair to him, he could have absolutely just smashed it across the box, couldn't he? Or tried to dink it back post, but he played it to Tierney. So, but yeah, Tierney made the goal himself. That was excellent. He's been really good tonight, Tierney. I have to say, he's been, for me, Arsenal's best player by far.
Been the biggest outlet.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, so
I felt a bit sorry for him against if you don't know if you watched Man City Arsenal, but Man City doubled up on him, didn't they? He's just come back into the side.
Oh, is he in again?
Wide, and it will go out for a throw into Arsenal on the far side. I thought about that. I've got his head on the original cross from Tierney. It is all Arsenal now at the moment.
That's got to be in there, but they've got options as well. Lacazette as well might come on later.
You look at the whole half from an Arsenal perspective now. The big frustration here, because they've dug themselves a hole. Seferovic and Pizzi have gone off. Benfica's biggest moment of the entire half was their goal. Other than that, they literally haven't caused Arsenal a problem in the second half.
It's two mistakes, isn't it? 2 bad mistakes. Sabas giving away the free kick, which was avoidable, and then obviously the header was terrible. That was avoidable. He was under no pressure, so they've only got themselves to blame. But as we said, about 20 minutes or so.
It's a lovely ball from Tierney.
It was, wasn't it? I thought Batman was going to get a on it.
He should have done probably better with that. I'll have to see the replay, but...
Oh, what a ball in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he probably possibly could have done. Was he under pressure? But yeah, lovely. We've said, Chris, he's been an outlet all night. That was a lovely cross, another example of that. Yeah, just got to keep plugging away, Arsenal. They're doing everything right. Switching the play, plenty of possession, upping the tempo. Just don't make any silly mistakes at the back, lads.
And it's all coming down that left-hand side now. It's quite nice build-up play between Willian and again. Gabriel's just had the ball, shaped to pass right, and then just gone left. It's all coming down the Arsenal left in the second half.
It is. It was, to be fair, it was in the first half as well, wasn't it? Tierney was getting the ball so many times.
That's nice.
Now, cross.
Aubameyang, he'll fall to Vertonghen, and he's walloped that. Oh, what a touch from David Luiz. He's had a go, and he was always drifting. The way he struck that, it was only ever going to continue going left. But a lovely, lovely touch to set it up from David Luiz.
I'm just about to see that, I think.
He's someone as well, isn't it? For a defender to have had the career he's had without actually being good at defending.
That's such a shout.
He's cost over 100 million in his career playing as a defender, but his best attributes are going forward.
Yeah, I think Conte's the only one who's actually got a tune out of him defensively when
back three, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Chelsea won in 16-17. Yeah.
Because that was after they got thrashed against Arsenal, wasn't it? And then he changed to the three at the back.
That's right. Yeah, 3-0. I think it was. Yeah, I think. Was it,
and then
I think it was the one. I think it was the one. I think it was the one. Was it Ozil got a volley or something? Yeah.
Ozil, Sanchez, I think Walcott scored. Like that.
Yeah.
That season. That was 16-17. That threatened to be such a good title race, and then Chelsea just flicked the switch.
It did. Yeah. Because weren't they unbeaten for like 20 games or something? Because no one could work out to play against the wing-back system.
That shot has just gone wide, and that is the danger that Arsenal face, because if Benfica get a third on the night here, you really do struggle to see a way back for Arsenal. There's really Benitez to create the space.
Lovely play.
That's just coming up for me now. Benfica got it, yeah. Yeah, you're right, lads. That's really the danger for Arsenal.
I've hardly seen Nunez since coming on.
That's true, yeah.
It's quite a way wide in the end, but that is the danger that Arsenal have at the back, because you can't be convinced by them defensively.
No, exactly, yeah.
It is end to end this, because Arsenal, they are having most of the ball, but
so if Benfica if they get the next goal, it's probably game over.
If Benfica get a third, you cannot see Arsenal scoring two.
Yeah. Oh, he's done what? Oh, that's just wide as well. He's done brilliantly to make the shot for himself.
Yeah. He literally, that might be the first time he's touched the ball. That might be the first time.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, Leno was scrambling there.
It feels like Arsenal just invite it on himself, because even there, I know he's worked hard, Nunez, to get that, but they're not clearing it properly. It's just everything's a little bit.
Lacazette.
Yeah, another good option to have off the bench.
Trying to think, who before he comes on, who do you think it'd be for?
Maybe Odegaard or something.
Odegaard would be the outstanding one. He has been particularly quiet in this. I mean, that is gung ho then, isn't it, really? Because you're risking a deep line playmaker. You're playing pretty much
to have two up front, didn't they? Really?
You're pretty much going with 4-4-2, aren't you, really, then?
Yeah.
It's either 4-4-2 or 4-2-4. Because then you're playing Thomas Partey and Xhaka in midfield, and then you've got a front four, effectively, of Willian, Saka, Aubameyang and Lacazette.
I think they're going to have to.
I think at this stage, I'll be saying, look, I've got to.
Yeah. They're going to have to break down that back five, aren't they? At some point, so they're going to have to.
It's funny because I've literally just thought to myself, as Benfica have a chance here, this would kill Arsenal off. That's a nice ball, is it? Leno gets there first. I have to say, in the first half, you know, how many times were we saying Gonçalves, even before the goal, and nothing in the second half?
No.
He has been pinned back. I think Benfica they feel they should have done better here. Odegaard on his left foot. Oh, you've got to take the shot in that scenario. He's tried to do the clever thing and took it into Aubameyang inside the box, but you've got to shoot there, surely.
Well, especially 15 minutes to go. Yeah, you got to go for it. That's just coming up for myself.
That was wasted from Benfica. Well, Odegaard, if he had that chance back, I guarantee he'd shoot.
Days. They can't keep making mistakes like that.
No.
Really risky.
Oh, no. Yeah, what's Gabriel doing there? Yeah, they got away with that. They're no good starting position.
Saka, the goalkeeper. Saka on his right foot, lashes over the bar. Oh, he's got to use more intelligence in that scenario. On his weaker foot from that angle. It's good. On that weaker foot from that angle, it's a big ask anyway.
Just seen that Odegaard pass.
What a shot.
Yeah, it wasn't good, was it? Yeah.
On his left foot.
It's opened up for him. Do you know what I mean? It's not like...
Yeah. Lacazette's on for Bellerin.
That was an interesting one. Just watching that Saka chance. Yeah, gets on his right. Oh, he fluffs it. Should have gone across the goal.
Yeah.
Well, he probably tried to, but I don't think his right foot's the greatest from what I've seen of him.
How many times do we see this though, where a team gets a goal back at a decent stage of the game with Tierney, but in the next 10 minutes are just a bit slow and they've really got to start pressing it now.
I think Benfica have helped with that though, because they've had a few opportunities going forward. So Benfica have responded really well, I'd say.
I'm not defending Saka for that shot, by the way, but if you look at it again, there's literally no one. I think there's Willian in the box far left, no one else. It's like you've got to make that run. You've got to give him something to work with. Well, hopefully Lacazette will do it for Arsenal, and then.
Because sooner or later, I mean, I'm trying to look at position change. So obviously Lacazette's gone up top. Tierney left wing back, then the centre half. It's Saka's dropped back into right back.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. I think they've done the right thing having two strikers up there.
Yeah,
just kind of get them on the box. Yeah, definitely.
Just looking at Arsenal bench in terms of the other tactics. Well, just in terms of other reinforcements, really, you've got Nketiah, Martinelli, Pepe. I have to say, Nicola Pepe, £72 million. The less you speak about that, the better.
He's certainly underwhelmed, doesn't he?
If you're not trusting a £72 million player in this scenario, then when are you trusting a £72 million player?
The one that gets me about that one is he was 72 mil and Rafinha from the same league was 17 mil. I can't mentally get my head around it. Thinking,
yeah, definitely.
He is quite special, Rafinha.
Oh, what a player! Dreading playing against him, you know.
Yeah. Well, the thing about him is, in a one-on-one scenario, I mean, even when he got past Salisu the other night, Salisu sticks his foot out and he stays up because he thinks he'll be able to create something. And also, I have to say, how many players come across? I mean, Leeds are a big club, so I'm not saying this with disrespect to them. But how many players from foreign clubs come across? They'll sign for a team further down the league, the likes of Leeds, and a bit of a stepping stone. But you have to say he's so bought into Bielsa's tactics; it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, no, without doubt, he's looked a top player.
Well, they reckon Liverpool looking at him, and Man United as well.
Heartbeat, mate.
Not surprised.
Him.
See you later, Salah. It's been great, Mo, but we'll just move you on now.
Yeah, see you later. But honestly, it's like for me, I know, say, another player whose stats don't particularly back up his talent, but Maximan, I think I love
He's an
Maximan.
Absolute baller. He's wasted at Newcastle.
Well, I mean, he'd go fairly cheaply if they get relegated.
Yes.
Which could be a possibility.
I might be hoping that.
Problem is, West Ham have got so many people on that left. Like, you know, we've also got Ben Rama and Fornals. But like, I just look at Maximan's one of them players where it's like you just like to just cram him in somewhere to your side.
Yeah.
He's so exciting to watch.
No, definitely, yeah.
He can play up front.
I think if you kind of think there's only one relegation place left, on the presumption that West Brom or Sheffield don't miraculously get out of it, then Newcastle. I just feel Brighton will score enough eventually. I mean, that Palace game was just a complete that Palace game.
That was so funny.
Brighton play well enough to get a couple more wins.
Yeah.
They play.
Newcastle without Wilson.
Oh yeah,
I don't see it.
Well, it shows how much
I see Fulham getting enough.
Yeah, they got Palace, haven't they? I think I know they just beat Brighton, but they didn't really deserve it by all accounts.
I think it's Fulham v Newcastle final day of the season as well.
Well, it could go down to that.
I'd love Scott Parker to keep him up. Fair play, Scotty P. If he keeps them up.
I tell you what, if he keeps them up, he'd be. I mean, he won't win it, but he's got to be in the running for manager of the year if he keeps them up with that squad.
He's up there with Moyes and Guardiola, isn't he? That's the type of.
Yeah. Well, lads, it shows how Arsenal aren't really creating chances. We're talking about Fulham.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not creating much, are they?
I was just about to say Lacazette was nearly through down the left-hand side. The pass was just overhit. But literally, that is... In the last 5 minutes, since I said about the drifting from an Arsenal perspective, that is the closer they've come to creating a chance. And Benfica might have won now through Everton, but he gets crowded out. They aren't even looking like creating chances at the point where you have to almost go gung-ho at some point.
It's almost as if Tierney doesn't touch the ball, they can't create anything.
Yeah,
everything's going through him. But he's their left back.
but this is like the fundamental problem with Arsenal, where I get they want to be a possession-based side, but at some point they have to try and break a line. And Tierney's the only one you see really that's willing to just get to the byline or actually make that run. And you've got to get a goal here. Do you know what I mean? You've got players that can score. It's just.
It might be a case where they just go old school, where Willian, you're right-footed, you go on the right. Saka, you're left-footed, you go on the left. Just switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's one.
I don't think there's any harm in doing that. You've got two strikers on the pitch. Get the ball in the box.
I'm looking at it now. We're literally coming up to just past 83.5 minutes. The gap between Lacazette and Aubameyang is gigantic.
I was going to say,
the box, but saying that there's Lacazette now. Willian cuts it back. Xhaka loses possession on the edge of the box. And Nunez, has he won a free kick? No, he has not. So Arsenal do have a throw in about 30 yards out. I think he was the category of looking for that Nunez. Benfica are making another substitution. It'll be Alex Grimaldo that comes off. One of his more quiet nights, I think, Alex Grimaldo.
You take that if they get through.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think they might be preparing for just shutting up shop, as they say. Obviously, he's feeling his hamstring a little bit, Alex Grimaldo, and they won't want to take any chances with that, especially when they're fighting for runners-up spot in the Primera Liga.
Yeah.
And on comes Nuno Tavares. So we've got just over 5 minutes of normal time to go here, and it is reaching desperation stakes.
Oh, 100%, yeah. So it's about 6 minutes to go plus stoppage time. There'll be a fair amount of that because there's been quite a few subs.
4-2 Rangers. Barisic with a penalty. So that is 8-5 on aggregate. And I think that's probably that.
I just want that game I want the goals to stop going in because it's such an unbalanced scoreline. Every time I see it, 5-3, 5-4, I'm like, just get it done, Rangers. Just shut up shop.
Oh, that's the thing, because I think Gerrard will be frustrated at conceding 5 goals over the tie.
He must be, yeah.
Considering that they've conceded 9 in the league all season, something like that's ridiculous. Tierney down the left hand side getting the cross in. Will it fall to Saka? No, again, Saka for me on the edge of the box there. He's quite timid when going towards it. You've got to try and get your body in front, just get a free kick or something. And now Nunez down the left hand side. This could kill it off if he gets a pass in. Nunez, I don't know. He doesn't know what he's doing here, to be honest with you. He's back to Nuno Tavares. He did not know what he was doing then, and the cross came across. But honestly, Nunez, when he got into the penalty area there, that is not the look of a striker for me who knows where the back of the net is. Because I literally did not... Never mind me not knowing what he was doing. He did not know what he was doing with the ball then. And all of a sudden, Arsenal are on the counter-attack again. So Benfica had a chance to kill it. And now Arsenal are trying to get back in front. Odegaard, Saka, one on with Nuno Tavares, cutting inside, 2 minutes to the far post. Great chance! Is that it?
No way.
Aubameyang has done it!
Oh! Oh! In the dying minutes.
What a cross from Bukayo Saka.
Oh, we're just about to watch that now.
What a cross this is. He's onside. There's absolute... Well, I say there's no debate about that. I might be proved wrong. It's an in-swinging cross. He's peeled off the far post. There might be a check on this. But it's lovely work from Bukayo Saka. He gets the cross into the far post. Aubameyang cannot miss with the header. But I do wonder if there'll be a little check on this.
There we go. Odegaard. Yeah, here's Saka on the right. Oh, yeah. Lovely cross and good header.
What a cross that is.
That
Lovely ball.
Look offside, but
Doesn't
from
look
the
it from...
reverse angle, I do think there might be a case, although the goal has been given.
Oh, there we go.
And Arsenal
in the nick of time.
to save themselves. Yeah, but that, as I said, Nunez, that's come from him not knowing what to do with the ball inside the Arsenal penalty area.
Yeah, it looks onside to me. Yeah, good man. Nice finish. That's fabulous cross. Another assist for Saka. Keep saying it every game with him.
Yeah, both of Aubameyang's goals have been assisted by him.
Yeah, so that's 3-2 to Arsenal on the night. 4-3 ahead on aggregate, and if it stays the same, they go through.
He's so elite though, when he Aubameyang, that movement as well. It's just like he's got it.
Yeah, I mean, he openly admits he hasn't had the best season in the league, but he's certainly hitting. Certainly getting some numbers up at the moment.
He's got 2 goals tonight, 3 goals against Leeds, so he's coming back. He's a class player though when he's on song.
Making up for his shocker last week.
Well, it looked like for a while, lads. I have to say that it didn't look like it was coming for Arsenal, but they've turned it on, that little bit of quality just in the nick of time.
I'll openly say as well, I did say at the start of the second half, if Benfica got 1, I didn't know if I could see Arsenal getting 2. And fair play to Aubameyang, fair play to Arsenal. They really have turned it on since the goal. Now, from a Benfica perspective here, you have to, you've got to just go for it here. They're making 2 changes, Arsenal, to try and shore it up. Callum Chambers and El Neni are coming on.
That's not a surprise at all.
And Weigl off for Waldschmidt as well for Benfica. Gianluca Waldschmidt, I watched him at the under-21 Euros for Germany a couple of years ago. He was at Freiburg. Had a really, really good competition back then. Bukayo Saka off for Callum Chambers. So Callum Chambers just slotting in at right back. And Martin Odegaard off for Mohamed El Neni.
Yeah, sensible.
That is the definition of shutting up shop.
They've just shown the lines for the goal, and he was onside by about a yard, I'd say. Aubameyang, so good decision. And won't get tired of seeing that cross again.
Just lovely, isn't it? He's so natural with both feet, really, Saka. For someone so young as well.
Yeah, and obviously the ball for the first goal was something else as well. The vision and obviously the timing and weight on the pass was awesome.
I can't think of too many players that are that intelligent and technically good. He plays that can play left back, like number 10, left side, right side. It's just such a good option, particularly for England as well going forward.
No, 100%. You hear a lot of players, I only play this position, or
exactly.
I only playing well in one position. So, well, no. Like if you're a top player, you play wherever.
Look at Saka. You've got to do what he does.
Exactly.
Well, okay, gents, you're about to see this because for added time, first of all, they didn't show it, Second of all,
Yeah.
the BT Sport graphic has just said +0. So basically,
it's just got 90.
It's anyone's guess as to how much stoppage time we have here. To be honest with you.
It's got the stoppage time timer, and then like it's blank.
There we go, 4 minutes.
I've noticed unlimited until Benfica score.
Golden goal.
Golden goal, or what they had for a couple of years, silver goal, which was a bit ridiculous.
Into that, and Benfica passing it around the back. That is not what you need when you need a goal, gents. Vertonghen launches it forward. Tavares up against Callum Chambers. Tavares manages to keep it. He's going to win a corner. He's going to throw in. And again, there's no urgency for Benfica here. Tavares is going to launch it long into the penalty area, I think.
It's been such a weird second half for Benfica.
Class from Partey. Oh, he's lost it.
Tavares towards the near post, headed away. Back towards Tavares. Get the cross in. David Luiz had a really good header. Callum Chambers thumps it clear. It'll come back though. Really not long left. Less than 2 minutes.
No urgency. That's what you said, Chris. Vertonghen plays it forward. Yeah, took about a bit of time though.
Yeah, Gabriel Gonçalves again. That's the first time I mentioned him in attack since this half. Gonçalves, Everton. Gonçalves again. You've got to get the cross in. The cross has been deflected. It'll fall now to Nuno Tavares near to the box, put onto the left foot, dinking it up. There's a chance here. Out off the post, and the flag got up.
No.
Oh!
The flag went up for offside. There were 4 Benfica players in there, and the header did hit the post, but it's been flagged for offside. Oh, my word. I think he was offside as well, but what a chance that was. that is some escape from an Arsenal perspective. We've got less than a minute to go now. It was offside. We've got less than a minute to go.
Just about to see that. Defended deep, Arsenal. Yeah, the ball comes in. Oh, yeah. It's the post. Yeah, there was like 4 of them at the back post, completely unmarked. But it was given offside.
Put it that way.
Oh.
Yeah. Benfica. I have never seen a team with lack of urgency while needing a goal in any game. To be honest with you, Tavares forward, Arsenal deal with it, and then he sweeps it forward. Few chasing it. Vertonghen now. They just got to launch it forward and hope. Up it goes. We're past the 4 minutes now. Nunez challenging for it. He's won it, but it's been launched clear by Gabriel. And the referee still hasn't blown the whistle. Still hasn't blown the whistle. We're nearly 30 minutes.
Come on, Benfica.
It's a Fergie time.
And Benfica come forward again. He still hasn't blown his whistle, the referee. I don't know what he's adding this on for. Is that a free kick? Is he giving a free kick or is he blown full time? He's blown for full time, and Arsenal are through to the last 16.
Fair play.
And they've done it the hard way.
Lovely bit of quality.
It's all about making it hard for themselves, but they've got through. What an exciting game, lads.
That is a fighting spirit that we haven't seen from Arsenal for quite a bit this season for me. You just saw a prop after the goal, which was an absolute shocker from Ceballos to let Rafa Silva in. There was a proper togetherness to get the tie or get back into the tie. Great goal from Tierney and Aubameyang with a clinical header at the far post. And Arsenal, they know that this is their best chance to qualify for the Champions League. And they're into the last 16, and I wouldn't say amongst the favourites to me. I think there's better sides. I'd fancy Manchester United. I'd fancy Tottenham at the moment. To be honest, I'd even fancy Rangers, of course.
Leicester.
I was going to say I'd even fancy Leicester. To be honest with you, and if AC Milan can get the job done as well. So, Arsenal, they've just got to keep going. Then, if they get a chance again, well, they've just got to hope a favourable tie. They're the likes of Napoli. I think they're heading out as things stand. Just looking at the scores from around the grounds, they're heading out. Villarreal have got through. Shakhtar have got through. Molde have won 2-0 at Hoffenheim and knocked them out.
Ooh.
Ajax are 4-2 up on Lille on aggregate. So there's likes of Hoffenheim have been knocked out. Napoli, as they're set to go out because they need 2 goals now. So there's a few big names that have fallen by the wayside, but Arsenal, they've just got to focus on themselves, and that was a very, very good performance after going 2-1 down.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that, as you said, Chris, the fighting spirit and they kept going to the end. I think it was an amazing performance by Arsenal, but they kept going and they showed a bit of ticker, as the Australians would say, and they eventually got the job done. So they're through to the round of 16.
As Troy Deeney said, to paraphrase Troy Deeney, they showed some cojones.
Oh, without that, yeah, especially after, as you said, Chris, after that poor mistake by Sabas for Benfica's second goal, where Rafa Silva scored. I think what was key was getting the goal back within 6 minutes with Tierney. Lovely finish from him, which gave him enough time to get the winner right near the end with Aubameyang.
Yeah, the big players stepped up, didn't they, in the end? Let's be honest. Tierney, Saka, Aubameyang, exactly what they needed to do. I think taking Sabas helped, let's be honest, and getting Partey in there just to shore it up. I think probably everyone felt a little bit more confident, but yeah, Arsenal are a weird one, aren't they? They're a team in transition long term. There's a lot of things to be built on, but they do have some class players, so they ride their luck in the next round, then maybe they'll go far. But yeah, fair play coming back from that, because they could have crumbled, let's be honest.
Yeah. Or started panicking and trying to force things, but they kept following the process, which is obviously modern terminology and stuff. But no, they kept going and had their moments. But as you said, the big players stepped up. I was really impressed by Saka with his 2 assists, Tierney with his goal and his general play throughout. It was an outlet, as we said, throughout the game, and obviously the captain led by example Aubameyang with his brace. So when you have players like that playing top form, it helps.
It'll be interesting to see how they address the league in the next few weeks. They've got Leicester away at the weekend, then Burnley away, who they lost to at the Emirates, and the North London derby, and then West Ham, and then Liverpool. So that run of games really will make up Arteta's mind as to what he prioritises. To be honest, if he hasn't already decided on prioritising the Europa League.
Yeah, I think, judging by the how strong their lineup was tonight, I reckon this would be a similar lineup he'll play in the rest of the Europa League games, and he'll just chop and change for league games, because for them to qualify, even just for the Europa League outright, will be a bit of an ask, I'd say.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Ridiculously
I
tough. Villa, Everton, Leeds, they're all. I know they beat Leeds, but Leeds are a bit of an anomaly, aren't they, the way they play?
Yeah.
I think the way Arsenal play suited them, but they should need to go all out for this, don't they, really? And I think how well they do in this tournament will actually help Arteta. If they get to a quarter-final, semi-final, and they lose to a better side, I think it'll give them a little bit of credit in the bank, because as far as I'm concerned, this season, I can't see them getting... They're not going to get Europa League.
I'd be shocked if they did, but at least they're not in a relegation battle like they were a few weeks ago.
That was funny.
But who stood out for you, lads? Who would you say was your man of the match?
Tierney, for me.
Yeah,
I think he was absolutely superb.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Leads by example. Willing to sort of take it on himself. I think we talked about, Bill, you said about switching the wingers to be a bit more direct. I thought Willian's more of a 10, so having that directness down that left, and Aubameyang could have even scored a header before then. So in terms of creativity and general leading by example, it's got to be Tierney.
You, Chris?
Yeah, I think, one thing I'm watching a lot more with fullbacks now, I mean, João Cancelo is getting so much credit at the moment for effectively not being a fullback. He's getting so much credit for basically just wandering, and he's a good enough player to do that. But Tierney is of a very good quality in that he can just get up and down, no problem, and he is just such a threat, whether that's from crossing, scoring himself. Personally, I'll give it to Aubameyang purely because his 2 goals won the game. But again, you've got Saka who assisted his 2 goals.
Yeah.
We won't get to any defenders, put it that way, because there wasn't much defending going on tonight. But yeah, I think from an Arsenal perspective, going forward, that trio of Tierney, Saka, and Aubameyang was very, very good tonight.
Yeah, they were. It's hard to separate all of them. I'd say I'd probably just say Tierney. I'll go with you, Corey. I'd say he was an outlet throughout. Obviously, he took his goal very well. His crossing was pretty decent. And everything all the attacks seemed to be going through him down that left-hand side. So, yeah, he really stood out. But as I say, Saka with his 2 assists and Aubameyang with his 2 goals. They're the ones who stood out. Defences for both sides, I don't think were that great. Hence why we saw 5 goals tonight. But yeah, it was an entertaining watch. Do you think that Arsenal can they take confidence from the fact they've come from behind, or are they playing it? Was it because they won because they played a Benfica side who are in pretty average form?
No, I think in the scenario they got themselves into in the game, against experienced defenders in the likes of Otamendi and Vertonghen, we can question their quality, but their experience, they've got it in abundance. I think I did genuinely doubt if Benfica scored. I did doubt if I could see Arsenal scoring 2 in the half. And for them to go out there and score 2 in the half and win 3-2 on the night, 4-3 aggregate, I'm on the side of giving credit here. You can say Benfica aren't the side they've been in the recent years, but for me, Arsenal showed character that I haven't seen from them yet this season to get through it.
Yeah,
fair point.
They showed a fair bit of patience. They're coming up against the back 5, and I think there was one bit where Saka got through and he skied it with his right, and there was no one in the box. So actually, it's fair play for them just to keep grafting and finding something. But Arsenal are such a strange side. They're a side that have dropped from Champions League football, and they've got a few gems in there in Saka and Aubameyang. Really and truthfully, should be a better club, or at least in terms of league position. So you can always rely on that. Partey is a fantastic player as well. I'm sure he'll come to the fore.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Arsenal can build on it, and obviously depends on who they get in the draw for the round of 16. Still a lot of very good sides as we've mentioned. So if they can keep this squad intact and build up a bit of confidence, then you never know, there might be dark horses to actually go on and win the thing.
Yeah, I think certainly from my perspective, all I've ever hoped for in draws is a home tie second leg. I don't know how much that matters at the moment, even if it was to be played at the Emirates, because for me, I've said it before. I've got no qualms about saying this. Like, for me, it's glorified training sessions. Yes, they are competitive games, and whoever achieves something, like say for example, West Ham finish in the top 4. No, nothing ever gets taken away from that because they're finished in the top 4. But for me, just the games themselves at the moment are glorified training sessions for me. It's 11v11 on a pitch, and whoever wins. And I know that might sound like football in general, but they're not home games. They're not away games. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. They're not games where I feel that you'd have an advantage just by playing somewhere. But as I say, for Arsenal tonight, look, say this had been switched around and they played away second, they'd be knocked out. So all I hope for is a home tie second leg, and I'm sure that's what Arsenal will be hoping for as well.
Yeah, definitely. Any final thoughts, Corey, before you finish?
Yeah, look, I mean, Arsenal are a strange one, aren't they? I think there's better sides in the competition, but I think the key thing to remember with this is they need it. Arteta needs this badly, and he'll probably look at the next couple of fixtures. Obviously, we're playing them, Burnley, Leicester, like you say. I think he's probably realistic enough to know that he's not going to be able to get that Europa League. So if you can keep everyone fit, if you can keep Partey fit, I think if you can keep Partey fit in the league, to be fair, they might be able to improve in terms of form. But it's not a write-off for Arsenal. They've still got a decent-ish squad, but defensively, they've got to sort some problems out, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right, cool. Well, Corey, Chris, thanks for joining us today. Really enjoyed that. Thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe to Garage Football if you're new. Like this stream if you enjoyed it. Thanks again.